So you're going to want those. We have tons of bid wars and incentives. So make sure you take a look. We also have our friends at the Yeti are going to donate $5 for every one of our event shirts that sells. So if you see at the top of the screen right now, there's 6 wonderful shirts. We also have an official game this year, which is, of course, Mushy Mania 2, the official Power Up with Pride sequel. And any purchases of that game will also go to the Trevor Project. So you have 3 ways to give money, and some pretty cool incentives, no matter which path you take there. So, yeah, in just a second, we'll be live with Ryan Ford, who's going to show us a fantastic Donkey Kong Country 2 run. I hope you're all excited for it. I will take this opportunity, though, to read our first donation of the event in proper is from Red Queen Running. Thank you, which is just over $20 and reads $20xx towards the best boy. And I think that went to Mega Man 600%. So thank you so much, Red Queen Running. And with that, we will be live with Ryan Ford, Donkey Kong Country 2 in just a second.
All right. I assume introductions were made already.
In general, but you can feel free to give any specifics or introduce yourself again.
For sure. All right. Yeah, I'm Ryan Ford. So I'll be starting off Winter Pride 2021 with Donkey Kong Country 2 all stages. Thank you everybody for donating on the pre-show and meeting the incentive for this. Since otherwise it would have just been the true ending portion of it. So it's really cool. Pretty excited to kick this off. If you want to get the timers started, I'll count down from 3. So 3, 2, 1, go. All right, and so as I said, this is all stages. So different from any percent. I'm going to be starting off this run with a Creme Coin cheat. So I need to do specific movement to get a cheat for 75 Creme Coins, which will be enough to play all of the Lost World levels. If you play this game, you probably know what they are. So everything that I'm doing in terms of movement and what I'm collecting is intended for the Creme Coin cheat. It's an actual in-game cheat. I guess the hardest part of setting up this cheat is actually avoiding these 2 bananas before going into the door. If I grab those bananas, and either of those bananas, then I actually have to reset and try again. Fortunately, it's at the start of the run, and you can kind of easily jump over them. So when I'm going into these doors, I'm also doing a trick called fast doors. So once you reach there's kind of like a trigger that makes your Kong start walking into the door. If you're not holding left or right, then you won't start walking right away. More on that later, though. I'm doing a wrong work over here. I did what's called a beetle clash to get an invisible object. I interrupted Diddy throwing the beetle by getting clashed from behind by another beetle. There's a 6th frame window with Diddy to get the invisible object when doing the clash, and I moved the invisible warp barrel that was below the level, and moved it and corrupted it to eject me out of the level. Gonna try a trick called Luckjaw. I missed it, unfortunately. Shoot. Okay, so did the kind of intended way instead. We got the team throw up in there. So you can actually just jump into that barrel It's kind of tight because since you can jump out of when you're rolling, how does it work? When you jump out of when you're rolling, then you can jump in midair. And when you if you roll into a wall while you're falling, you can't actually move left or right. So I touched the wall, I think, and stopped my horizontal momentum, unfortunately. And there I did another wrong warp by doing another Beetle Clash. That one is extremely hard. It saves only like 4 seconds, so it's like kind of a big reset point at the start of runs. So cool that I got it. Obviously in a marathon, I would have just taken the intended warp if I failed, which, yeah, I guess it'd be like a 10 to 15 second time loss. Not too bad. So Crow RNG. I got only 1 fake egg though, so it's pretty good luck. Is a 50% on his 3rd and 4th cycle. He has a 50% chance to give you a fake egg or a real egg. So you can get like an indefinite amount of fakes, but I got only 1 fake, so not bad. So another invisible object with called clobber busting. So trying to pick up the clobber as it's dying causes you to get an invisible object. And I was able to wrong warp out of the warp barrel that's out on the top left of the screen. So here's the first Lost World level. So paid 15. What the? Whoops. Paid 15 Krem coins to Okay, sorry. Yeah. Paid 15 Krem coins to go to the Lost World. So now I'm doing Jungle Jinx. Normally you would do this a bit faster with the tire cycles, but I got hit twice. Or got hit once, sorry. And because of that, I was like off cycle. But now I'm back on track. It's a small hiccup at the beginning. So yeah, this level's not super duper hard. I don't think, like, optimally. Or, sorry, in speedruns, I meant to say. Casually, the Lost World levels are like extra, like, tough levels to do. But yeah, once you know what you're doing, it's not like super duper tough. Except for this trick I'm gonna try called the Scrolly Scroll. So for some reason, landing on the tire when shooting out of the barrel there makes the screen scroll really fast to the right. And yeah, it saves some time because you're getting pushed like along the wall or along the camera like really fast. There's an easier method to do it with Dixie, but overall in the route, I think it saves like 2 seconds to do it with Diddy. Might be 1 second even. And yeah, so I did a trick called a Big Boy there, or a Team Throw Super Jump. So if you throw your partner into an enemy, if when your Kong is coming back to you, then if you are in the air and then if you let go of jump and press the jump button, press and hold the jump button again, you'll get a second jump in midair. So I did it off the hook as well. And so here, after taking the warp, you get forced to get a fanfare. So whenever we get Kong fanfares, it's always faster to have Dixie do her guitar solo compared to Diddy's rap. I think it loses... I thought it was 4 seconds, but apparently it loses 3 seconds to get a rap with Diddy. So yeah, anytime that you have to actually get a fanfare, then we always try to beat Dixie. So at the end of boss fights, we almost always want to, pretty much always want to be Dixie, pretty much. And yeah, when we're playing like mostly horizontal levels, we want to be Diddy for the most part because Diddy's run speed is faster than Dixie's. Dixie does have some benefits, like she has that like hover in midair and stuff, but Diddy does run a little faster, so we almost always try to be Diddy in like most horizontal stages. And then yeah, here's Cleaver. There is a bit of RNG, like where these cannonballs spawn when they drop from the air. So you can drop in 1 of 4 spots. Like I think that was the second worst one that I got on the second cycle. It was like really far away towards the wall. Now I'm trying Lava Fly. So yeah, you can actually just barely hover across and make it across the lava, which saves you from having to wait on the other side and having to wait for Cleaver to swing his sword or try to like stab at you. Because when he stabs at you, then that's when the hooks come down, so that you can cross to the other side to get the cannonball. So it saves like 4 seconds to hover across rather than waiting. Yeah, that was a pretty solid fight. Now we're into World 3. So World 1 and 2, all of them have like dev intended warp barrels, so pretty much just warp to skip like pretty much all the levels, warped or wrong warped. So yeah, there's no warp barrels anymore for the rest of the run. So if we do any kind of warping now, it's like it's pretty much always a wrong warp. And not every level you can have the means to do a wrong warp either. Here's our animal buddy, Rambi. The community is pretty split whether they love Rambi or they say heck Rambi. There's a global Twitch emote called heck Rambi, which basically like that sign that I ran through that made him disappear. It's that. That's the emote, basically. Because he like kind of controls weird in Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2, then yeah, sometimes he kills runs because he's weird to control. So there I did a Swamp Fly. So when I did that slow-looking team throw into the barrel, it gave an airborne state. So when I took damage, Dixie rose into the air a lot higher than normal. Higher than normal from a damage boost. So with that, she could gain enough height that you can actually hover across that part of the swamp. Otherwise, you got to take that barrel that was like that was underneath on the swamp, and it's kind of a slow auto scroller going across. So it actually saves like quite a bit of time to fly over instead. So yeah, Glimmer's Galleon. What was I gonna say? Swimming in this level is actually like pretty hard to optimize because it's very easy to bonk into like corners and walls and stuff. Normally you want to do most of this level with only one Kong, so like solo Dixie, because some parts having 2 Kongs with you causes lag. Oh. Well, I guess I'm 1 Kong for the rest of the level. It's not too bad though, because I did want to swap to Diddy in the next level, so gonna probably just lose like 1 second and 1/4 from in the next level from needing to get Dixie back. But there's a barrel like right there at the start of the level, so of the next level. So it's pretty quick. Yeah, next thing to bring up, so this level, Crockhead, can be a run killer sometimes, because of, well, you can fall and die like, fall and die pretty much anywhere in this level, first off, and then secondly, there is a non-trivial wrong warp at the end, at the midpoint of this level that we do to save about 25 seconds. Which I'm gonna be trying to go for. I do mess it up more than I like to admit, so hopefully I can get it. Alright, cool. Yeah, for whatever reason, the Cutlass swinging his sword like changes some ID values in the game, and yeah, if you throw Dixie into the swords and damage her, and then shoot out of the barrel, and hold Y and right, then for whatever reason, I actually don't know exactly why, but it like wrong warps you out of the level. So yeah, it saves about 25 seconds compared to doing the rest of the level warpless. And it's a somewhat new wrong warp as well. I think it's like the 2nd or 3rd newest wrong warp out of all the ones that are currently done. So Rattle Battle, to optimize this level a bit, so Rattly moves really slow when he's not jumping, so you want to be in the air pretty much as possible. So I'm either always jumping or trying to bounce off of enemies like as much as I can to stay airborne. Obviously, while trying to not like get hit or fall into pits as well. I'm probably gonna get hit there if I kept holding forward, so I'm just gonna play that safe. And since this is true ending, Right. Okay, I had to remember where to go. So, okay, here's the next Lost World level, Black Ice Battle. This level is actually fairly hard because it's like a downwards vertical level, and you, for the most part, can't really see what's below you. So you kind of need to remember like where to go. Play this part a little safe. There are some like rolling and jumping mid-air jumps that you can do to like skip over all those bees, but I kind of slipped up on my movement, so I just took it safe. Lose like 1 second. It's not too bad. Oh wow! All right. So I gotta finish the rest of the level with Dixie, and then unfortunately though, because I just lost Diddy, then I gotta revisit the level to get him back, because the next level I need both Kongs for a wrong warp setup. So I'm gonna come back to the level at Kong order is correct. But once you complete levels, you can press start and select and exit out. So I just revisited and got Diddy back. So here I'm gonna do a swap in the water, and that's gonna give like a super jump state when I take damage from this beetle. So fly really high. What this also does is it skips the loading trigger to make the water rise, because the gimmick of the level is like the water is supposed to be rising, and there's a piranha in the water that's supposed to be chasing after you to try and chomp you, basically. So another beetle clash to get an invisible object, and we use that bonus barrel to actually wrong warp you out of the level. Saves a lot of time, like 40 seconds, I think. So it's a pretty big one to not fail. So here's banger alert. Yeah, Bramble Blast. So yeah, be shooting out of your barrels like you normally would. So the optimization here is doing quick shots. So if a barrel is facing the direction that you already want to shoot, most of them are about a 3-frame window for you to shoot as soon as you enter the barrel, so that you'll go the direction that you want. So I missed one quick shot out of all of them, which is not bad. So I'm gonna be trying for a vine clip here. Nice. So I did a big boy off of that clamp on, and then you can get enough jump height that your Kongs barely clip through the vine, and you can team throw your partner like through the vine to skip a portion of the level. I think over the intended way that saves like 15 seconds, I think. Though there is actually a backup skip if you fail that too, so it's like not the worst to fail it. So there is a slight optimization that you can do on this boss by you can like pick up a barrel and then a TNT barrel, and then let him fall like right on top. He falls to the center. You can stay in the middle and let him fall, and then you can like walk behind him as he's falling to throw and use the back of Dixie's hitbox to make the barrel hit him instantly. But if you mess it up, you have to do another cycle, and it wastes a lot of time. So I'm just playing it safe because it, on average, saves about 20 frames per cycle, so it's like not that much. Also, if there's any donations to be read or anything, this is like the perfect time, because still got like half a minute for this fight, I think.
Yeah, we have one from Russell and Evan for $100. Thank you so much for that generous donation. No message, but it's very appreciated. We're over halfway there to our first 1,000. So, you know, I think that I don't know. I think we can hit that by like within the next couple runs, I think.
Hell, let's go. End of this run. Get 1K.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do it. Can we get 1K by the end of this run?
All right, it might be a big ask, but sometimes you gotta be greedy when you're doing it for charity. So, yeah,
I mean, I support this.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, this is Hornet Hole. The first section's like not bad using Dixie, because she Because of her hover, she can go over the honey, which makes you stuck if you're on the ground. And then the honey on the walls you gotta use to jump and climb the walls. And here's another scrolly scroll. The camera freaks out when you if you dismount off of Squitter, or some of the community likes to call him Shoes, the spider. Then when you remount on him while hanging on a hook, then it makes the camera freak out and like scroll really fast to the right for whatever reason. There's like a chance of soft locking, but like I don't know. I've pretty much like never had it happen in a run. I think you kind of have to be like trying to soft lock to make it happen though. And yeah, so this is Target Terror. This is one of like the 4 auto scrollers in the run, which there's not much to say except for there's gonna be parts where I need there's gonna be gaps, and I'm gonna be trying to jump over some of the flitters, like the dragonflies, to save like half a second by not bouncing off of them. But yeah, aside from that, if there is any donation still, then by all means. Or if you want to talk about what the charity is for.
Yeah, why don't we talk a bit about the charity? The Trevor Project is the Sorry, I cut out for a second there. Don't know what happened. It's
all good.
It's fine. The Trevor Project is the world's largest suicide prevention and crisis intervention organization for LGBTQ youth. The organization works to save young lives by providing support through free and confidential suicide prevention and crisis intervention programs on platforms where young people spend their time. 24/7 phone lifeline, chat, text, and soon-to-come integrations with social media platforms. They also run Trevor Space, the world's largest safe space social networking site for LGBTQ youth, and operate innovative education, research, and advocacy programs. The Trevor Project is an absolutely wonderful cause. They do some incredible work, and like your money could literally, will literally go to saving lives with this cause.
So yeah, why not donate? So yeah, hopefully I don't fail this, because my practice run, I lost the run to failing this like 3 times. Okay, first try. Yeah, so another wrong warp using an invisible object. There's a ton of things that you need to do. Like you need to load things in a specific order. Like when I was climbing up the rope, I needed to have the crook that threw the hook. I needed that hook to be on screen at the same time that I loaded the invincibility barrel, and then load the beetle to the right after that. And then needed to get the invisible object by it's weird. You like land on the bramble, and for some reason it like automatically turns Dixie around at a certain point when she lands on it. And if you let go and repress the Y button, she'll kind of like drop the beetle, but also like catch an invisible object. It's like really weird for that one. So there's another auto scroller. This one's like going pretty fast, so it's like, yeah, you definitely need to memorize / like react to where you're going. So the second place guy that I just killed before the first place guy, that guy is kind of dangerous, because if you are slow at hitting him, then you might get bounced into a pit and die. And there's no checkpoint in this level, so it's like really punishing to take a death from the mostly the third place and second place guys are pretty dangerous. All right, so here's one of the arguably hardest levels in the run, Mudhole Marsh. Prep. To say, especially if you're going for like optimal strats, which I did do a kind of risky strat there, which I think only saves like 11 frames or something, but there you go. This time I got it. Usually if I'm on a good pace, it just like doesn't work for no reason, but it is what it is. Yeah, so rolling under the level there, like the manhole strats, can be pretty dangerous if you bonk your head. And then going through the swamp part here. Here's the second manhole strat. So I did skip the mid barrel, so really don't want to die as well, because I was trying to be a show off and oh, whoops. Trying to be a show off and show rolling under the level to save time. So also comes with a fairly hard wrong work too. So I needed to kill that beetle, and while it was dying, I needed to load the third beetle at the same time. And with that, it sets the ID values to be able to use that cannonball that you would normally use for the cannon that you would use for the bonus to wrong warp you out of the level instead. And yeah, still doing like beetle clashing to get the invisible object. There is an easier strat with Dixie, but it is like considerably slower to do, like 4 or 5 seconds slower, I think. And I honestly don't even remember how to do it with Dixie because I just do it with Diddy all the time. Alright, so this is kind of a weird start for Clover Carnage. I was just kind of short on a jump there, so should be good now. So I'm gonna be trying two invisible object strats, which save a ton of time, so I really want to hit them. Here's the first one. Alright, yeah, I was being a little quiet to try and make sure I hit it. Here's the second one, though. Cool, I got them. Yeah, last marathon run I did, I failed, I think I failed both of them, but somehow I still, even though that lost probably like over half a minute, actually, the last run in a marathon is my current PB in this, or, well, in the true ending portion of the category. It's my current PB. So I had a 1 second PB. Oh no, this is kind of dangerous. Alright, never mind, it's good, it's good. Yeah, we call those guys the goalies or goalkeepers, because, yeah, sometimes they can mess you up if you move a little bit weird over there. I at least didn't get, like, bonked into the spikes and die, so it wasn't too bad. So now it's Rambi Rumble. So if you couldn't guess by the name, we will be getting Rambi. So did a big boy there to get that hook. Actually, like, going the intended way. Like going to the right, then having to climb up, then jump down and stuff. It saves, that big boy saves a lot of time getting that skip. There is also a backup strat a little further to the right, which also saves a lot of time compared to doing the intended route, but it's like a lot, like maybe 15 seconds or so. Oh, whoops! Blame Rambi. Alright, so I grabbed the mid barrel for safety. Usually you wouldn't grab it to like save some time by not jumping. Because when a Kong is rolling, your Kong moves faster when they're rolling, so you want to like roll under the barrel. But alright, here we go again. Alright, so I'm gonna try a risky trick here called the death jump. Alright, cool, I got it. So yeah, if you don't scroll the screen enough when you do that Rambi double jump down there, then you're dead. If you're too late, you'll just run into the pit, and if you're too early, then the screen won't scroll down and it counts as a pit, so you'll just die. But I wanted to show it off. It doesn't even like save that much time, but it's like, oof. For top runners, it's like risking the whole run on like, you know, saving like half a second. So yeah, here's what's this boss? King Zing. King Zing Sting is the name of the level. So yeah, when the music changed in Rambi Rumble, King Zing was actually chasing Rambi from behind, but yeah, since we like left him in our dust, he was like never seen. And then yeah, after getting chased, then you have to fight him with your other animal buddy, Squawks, over here. She can shoot eggs and fly around. So fight's not too difficult if you kind of rehearse your movement, pretty much. And before changing back to normal, I was holding down and left on that slope, which saves some frames because you land a little sooner, which triggers the coin and the fanfare a little sooner. So trying this hot new strat of rolling through this clobber with your invincibility frames. Normally you would just bonk off of him if you don't have iframes. Saves apparently it saves 1 Kong unit of time. So like I think that means like 1 character length. I'm actually not too sure. And yeah, so this level is like pretty chill overall. Like after doing some pretty like intense stuff in World 4, then this level for the most part it's like pretty lax, and the music feels really calming to me anyway. And yeah, so rolling through all those enemies there can be dangerous if you keep holding forward. Like sometimes you can have so much speed that you clip through that rope that I grabbed. So I actually like slowed down on purpose while I was in the air to make sure that I actually grabbed that rope, because I've had a run in practice where I just like clipped through the rope, and I was like, all right, I'm never gonna try and go like full speed there ever again. There's also a similar part in Mudhole Marsh a bit after the mid barrel where that could happen. All right, and also third auto scroller. So that for this one, if you're jumping on flat ground, like going straight, then it actually loses a bit of time. So you only want to jump when you need to jump. And then if you're jumping up or down a slope, it saves time. Which is weird, because Rickety Race, that really fast one that I did previously, jumping down slopes saves time, but jumping up slopes loses time in that one. So it's like, gotta remember where the frame savers are, depending on which auto-scroller. The first auto-scroller, Target Terror, doesn't make a difference, like the speed is already just set, regardless. But yeah, probably know what I'm about to say, though, with auto-scrollers.
Do I know what you're about to say?
Yep.
All right. Well, why don't I take a quick moment to talk about some of these upcoming incentives, because we got a few for today. So our first one coming up with the closest deadline is for all of you Terry Pratchett fans. We have the Discworld video game in just a couple runs, and we are trying to give Gaspode the Wonder Dog a bone. So if you want to see that dog get a bone, that's our first incentive coming up. We also have a couple bid wars after that. We got one for Sonic 3, one for Barbie Fashion Pack Games, one for Beat Saber, and of course, everyone's favorite, Save or Kill the Animals in Super Metroid.
Yeah, I'm a kill the animals type of guy. So yeah, if you want to save the frames, definitely donate to Kill the Animals. They save themselves. They're in Fusion later. Spoilers.
Wow. Well, I'm sure they're perfectly fine.
Metroid Dread would happen either way. Alright, didn't mean to take a hit there, but improvise fine. So I did a team throw into that barrel because I wanted to get a airborne state again. Not for a super jump this time, but so sometimes I've been doing goal swaps. So doing a team swap while on the goal switches your Kong order and also activates the goal to complete the level. So you want to start this level with Dixie, so that's why I wanted the airborne state instead of spending the second and a half tagging. Alright, so Parachute Panic. This level is probably like the most visually appealing level in runs for spectators. It's kind of like Black Ice Battle, you're just going down the whole time, and you can't see what's below you. And you want to skip taking any of those parrots because it's slow. taking them down is really slow. So there I took damage so that I would have enough iframes to pass through most of those bees and finish the level with Diddy too. So yeah, that was actually very clean for that level. Pretty happy with it. So Web Woods, another really dangerous level. If you play this game casually, you know how like obnoxious this level is. Like playing it casually, I'm gonna be speeding it up quite a bit in speed runs because if you saw me using Squitter in Hornet Hole in World 4, then been doing what's called instant platforms. So if you press L and R together, then it bypasses the cooldown of shooting out a web and then forming the platform. So normally you have to press the button twice, and there's like a small cooldown so that you shoot out the web, then you create a platform. But for whatever reason, if you press both at the same time, it instantly creates a platform. So because of that, then I think compared to like casual strats, this probably saves like a minute. Like being able to like move and like create platforms like right underneath you, it's like huge. So it also makes this level like really fun to play, in my opinion. It's difficult though, because like one mistake is death, and it's like lag everywhere too. Oh, I'm kind of far back. Should work. All right, cool. And yeah, I did 2 damage boosts as well, where I took damage and then did a jump in midair after taking damage, which also speeds up this level considerably, because there is a cap for a limit for how high you can go vertically in the level. Like the camera will stop going up, and if you shoot webs off screen, then they won't actually be loaded, so you can't make like platforms like off screen above. So you have to come down eventually at some point. That's what I'm getting at. So Crow 2 also has some RNG. Not as brutal as the first one, but these barrels that spawn can either spawn in the middle, left side, or right side. So left side is always bad on all the cycles. On that second cycle there, if you get a left spawn, is the biggest time loss out of all of them. So the optimal pattern is middle, right, right. Because for the last 2 cycles, you want the barrel to spawn right underneath him, basically. And ending with Dixie again, because yeah, guitar solo saves time. And so now another extremely dangerous part of the run, which might lose a lot of time. We'll see. So I'm swimming under that on guard barrel first off, and I'm going to be trying a trick called Arctic Zip. I'm going to be quiet here to try the trick. Dang it. Alright, I'll try again. Oh wait, I shouldn't have died. I could have actually done a backup strat. I keep forgetting. Yeah, I could have actually lost less time than redoing the whole level. Because I could have went up because the water... Since I made the water go up considerably higher, I could have gotten the DK barrel that I just got right now to get Dixie back. But yeah, yeah, I'm gonna try it again. So, 1 second. Oh, I actually can't fix this one. Yeah, dang it. Also, welcome back, Xeon. Xeon was in my chat before I sent the raid, so there's a familiar face. So yeah, I think I actually had a shot at PBing this run, but it's like dead for sure now that I think actually when I failed the first time, I think the run was probably dead for PB. I don't actually have a timer, so I don't know like what time I was at, but I'm pretty sure for like how decent the run was going, then I think I like had a shot at PB. But instead, okay, yeah, I guess if I fail this again, I'll just do the level normal, because it saves about 15 seconds over doing the level normal. Then, yeah, I've probably lost like, I don't know, 2.5 minutes probably to failing it 3 times currently. So, I'll, yeah, maybe just opt not to do it if I fail it again. I feel like my consistency rate is usually like pretty decent on this, but out of all the tough tricks in World 6, this is definitely like my lowest consistency one. So it's probably the hardest one too, so. Alright, got it. So yeah, so while Dixie's inside the wall, when you're swapping Kongs, then she takes a hit, then while in the wall, then when you get control of Diddy, it zips him really fast upwards. So, which brings you to the goal. So yeah, it saves like 15 seconds compared to doing the level normally, like getting the on-guard barrel and everything. Empty Eye. Wait, did Empty Sis change his name, or is that someone else?
That's someone else.
Oh, cool. All right. I thought it was yeah, he's Empty Sis is a high level runner of this game, and also made a hard ROM hack called DKC2 Unveiled as well. So I thought it was him, but never mind. But anyways, welcome in NTI still. I missed the instant platform there, so I'm glad that I at least took the mid barrel for safety, so I wouldn't have to restart this whole level. So Animal Antics is like the last, is normally the last, what's it called? Lost World level. Also, I can't believe that I don't know why I was so tunnel visioned after doing Parrot Shoot Panic about doing about doing Web Woods next that I actually forgot to do the Lost World level in World 5, so I actually have to go back. That's kind of funny. That level is extremely short, but it's like it's actually so funny that I missed that. So the true ending portion of the run is not legitimate for me now, because I can't go back there currently. I'll have to go back there after beating after I beat most of World 6, I'll have to go back to World 5. I've never made this mistake before, but that's a pretty funny error to make. Alright, so yeah, just like the guide says on the speedrun wiki, the wind is a gimmick in that part with squats. It's probably one of the most frustrating parts for people that have played this game casually, but yeah, was able to just kind of breeze through it. I took an unintentional hit at one point, so I actually did slow down a little bit to try and make sure I don't die. Alright, so I've got Windy Well. There is a trick at the start called, well, it's called Diddy Windy. Unfortunately, because you start the level with just Diddy and not Dixie, then you can't do it because it requires a team throw. I wouldn't do it in a marathon run because there is also a risk of soft locking, and I'm also just like not very good at it particularly too. So fortunately, if you're doing Arctic Zip, you never have to do Diddy Windy. Oh wait, actually, yeah. Or wait, I guess in all stages you still could. Never mind. For any percent, you never would though. Because I could have also not gotten hit in Animal Antics, and yeah, stuff like that. All right, so I also skipped a portion of the level the last time I took damage. You're normally supposed to go all the way to the right and then go all the way to the left, but if you damage boost, you can kind of go above and skip it. So here I'm doing what's called Ghetto B skip, to skip under one of those Bs. So yeah, it saves like 2 seconds. It's really punishing to fail though, because of a wrong warp that I'm going to do in the next level. You need to start the level with both Kongs. So I would have to go back to Arctic Abyss, like the level where I failed Arctic Zip a bunch of times, and with that would have to go and get Diddy back and then come here. Alright, so here's kind of the start of the gauntlet. I'm gonna have to do it in a couple parts probably because of not getting or actually I can still. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna take a Death Warp here. And again with Cutlass like swinging his swords, it changes like ID properties in weird ways. So yeah, you're able to kill yourself like just as you transform into Rambi out of the Rambi barrel. And if you're holding Y and right or Y and left, then it'll also wrong warp you. You can like kind of soft lock if you I think if you're too early in the barrel, because the death music will happen, but then you'll also like kind of be alive still in the level. There's a way to like break out of the soft lock for the most part if you know how to do Rambi double jumps, which I did the double jump when I showed off the death jump like way before, so I can get out of the soft lock particularly. And yeah, if you go a little too late, then you'll just die pretty much. So, and then have to try again. So yeah, that level's pretty standard. It's kind of ran through and then threw my girlfriend to get the invincibility barrel. It's a community named Strat. Throw your girlfriend. So yeah, another wrong warp. Chain link chambers. So this one's another really punishing one to miss, because you lose like about 25 seconds. Alright, gonna do a little safe. What? That didn't work? Wow. Alright. Well, I got to take the bonus here, fail it on purpose to reload everything. I think I tried to play it too safe that it got me punished, actually. Alright, so you try it again. So getting another invisible object by doing clobber busting yet again, and it moves the cannon there, and you can put the cannonball in to wrong warp yourself out of the level. Oh, nice! I see a 2chan emote. So yeah, doing all stages kind of out of order, just by a slight bit, because I still need to go back for Fiery Furnace, which is kind of funny. So yeah, doing Rattly double jumps. So if you're holding A to do like his jump charge, and if you are holding A and tap B for a short amount of time, then he'll do like a glitchy jump, and then you can do a second jump out of that in the air. So it did a bunch of like short hop double jumps to navigate that level a lot faster. It actually saves a lot of time. Oh my god, I can't turn. What just happened? Since I missed that first B, it caused a ton of lag. So then I think my inputs were getting like eaten and like dragged because of that. So doing a moonwalk here to spawn that zinger a little later, so that you can kind of skip those 2 red ones going up. And then yeah, skipping over the Bs and pretty much just try to get up in 3 instant platforms. And the hardest boss in the game. Nah, I'm just kidding. Alright, so here instead of going to World 7, Yeah, since I never did the true ending portion still because I completely forgot to go to Fiery Furnace. Little absent-minded, I guess. So I need to go to Fiery Furnace here, and so there's like a kind of new wrong warp. Oh no, it didn't work. I think. All right, I'm gonna need to redo the setup. Oh wait, what am I doing? I'm so sorry. I was thinking of a different category entirely. It's so funny. What is wrong with my muscle memory? Alright, so when the Cutlass swings his sword down, then I need to shoot out of the barrel. And when I shoot at a certain point, it should just like instantly wrong warp me out of the level. Yeah, sorry this is taking so long though. Yeah, so you need to just shoot out and hold right at a certain point, and it'll like wrong warp you out. It's extremely easy to do, but I am. This is the second time in a marathon run. I'm just gonna die and try again. The second time in a marathon run where I can't get it to work for some reason. Like, it's actually super simple, but I don't know why. But it just starts not working for no reason. There, I think I shot a little. Yeah, I thought I shot a little late, but or early, but okay, now it worked. Well. Yeah, so that's a nice way to waste some minutes. So, yeah, so normally for the true ending, so when you do the 5 Lost World stages, then you end up fighting K. Rool the second time. I was supposed to fight him after Animal Antics, but I forgot to go to the Fiery Furnace. Which is so hilarious. So yeah, this fight's like, yeah, you kind of just dodge like a minute and a quarter long, like auto scroller pretty much. Ah, shoot. So it's really punishing to die in this level. It's the only thing. It's not very hard though, but I don't know. I guess it can be easy to make mistakes a little. But anyways, with that said, yeah, Hex, if you're trying to, or if there's anything that came in, then you can read by all means.
All right, there is indeed. We have $20 from Kella. No comment, but thank you very much. I believe that $20 went to give that bone to Gaspode. So that's ever closer to being met. We're on good pace to meet that. So let's get that dog a bone.
Awesome. Thank you for the donation. We actually, so after you beat K. Rool, kind of like a ending. Yeah, I guess like the ending happens. So when the cutscene, there's gonna be like a cutscene of like the island blowing up, and when the cutscene is starting, then I can reset because the game saves at that point. So after this screen finishes with like the video game heroes, then yeah, then I can press reset after that, and the game should be saved. And then I will continue and do World 7, which there's two levels left. So ideally, should be about 5 minutes before I'm done. No hopers. Did you see Sonic's shoes near the garbage bin? And I think there's like Rayman's gun as well. All right, here we go. So, all right, now we're back on track. Yeah, so Screech's Sprint. Yeah, I decided to deload that cloak. There is a strat to actually like roll and jump underneath him, but It is pretty risky. It saves like 0.8 seconds about. And I'm not very good at it. It causes like quite a lot of lag as well. So like I'm always like really bad on the movement. So there I skipped the trigger for the race. So Screech is still just gonna be waiting forever there. So it saves about 3 seconds. You can kind of like fly over the loading trigger for the race. Though the music's really good when you actually trigger the race. I like it a lot. It's very tense. So there I did a B-ring skip and flew in between one of the small gaps of the B-ring. It's like a pretty big run killer for like most people like at the end of a run. Especially if you're like on PB pace. And there I did a goal skip by never flying above a certain point in the level. Because the game kind of keeps track of your last like highest position there. So if you fly up too high, it'll trigger fanfare and you'll get Diddy's rap, which will lose about 8 seconds. So yeah, now I've got K. Rool 1. Yeah, pretty much just gotta dodge and throw these cannonballs into his gun. So this is about like over 3 minutes. So yeah, again, Hex, if anything you want to say.
Sure thing. Why don't we talk briefly about kind of let's say that you want to give money to the Trevor Project, but like you don't want to hit you want to like explore your options of ways to do it, and like I get it. So we've got a few things you can do this year. You can donate as per normal. We have tons and tons of incentives. We have a real big number. There's so many bid wars and incentives. There's 2 entire games that will need to reach their goal if you want to see them in the marathon. That would be the extra mode for Touhou 6 and the run of Kirby's Dream Land. So I would really like to see those personally. But if maybe you want like a nice shirt. Well, if you enter !Yeti in the chat, you'll be able to go to theyeti.com where you can buy one of the 6 event shirts, including one for this very run. So, I know because you're here now. I know you like your Donkey Kong country. You like your Donkey Kong Country 2, and there is a very beautiful Donkey Kong Country 2 shirt in that. If playing a video game is more your speed, there is Mushy Mania 2, the official game of Winter Pride. All sales of that will go to the Trevor Project. So if you want to pick that up, it'll release today at 6:30, right before the race on stream. So if you want to grab your copy of that, there's no better time to do it.
Yeah, so make sure you get your donations in.
Yeah.
I saw the chat popping off a bit about Blue Dixie. But yeah, I usually do it in marathon runs, especially if I'm not on PB pace, to show it off. It does lose a little bit of time to do it, but it's a fun little bug to show. If I grab one of those other colored clouds, then yeah, I'll lose the color, or lose the blue permanently after the other color wears off. But since I'm Dixie, this is a little bit harder. So I'm not going to stand right at the wall, but I'm going to stand far enough to let K. Rool spawn behind. Oh, time is when the DK coin falls onto me. And time. Yeah. I'm going to guess I was overestimate on that.
You were underestimate for the All Stages category.
Oh wow. Looking at it now, 56:20. Holy moly, that's like 4 minutes behind my PB. But in my PB for this category, I missed Arctic Zip that I failed a bunch of times. I failed it twice in my PB, so that was like a 1.5 minute time loss for that. So definitely could do better, but yeah, I'm really happy to be able to show off this game. It's always neat to just like nerd out about it and like run the game, you know.
Yeah, and it was
shirts. Nice. Oh, sorry, I interrupted.
yeah, oh, sorry. I was just gonna say it was a fantastic run. You know, mistakes aside, like this run looks hard.
I know. There's so many ways you could just slightly mess up and lose like upwards of half a minute. Like, it's really punishing in that way, just because it's like kind of a game of frames. Not like frame perfect tricks, but it's like a lot of tight tricks that save a little bit of time, but like lose a lot if you fail, kind of thing. And yeah, I'm glad that Xeon's buying 2 shirts and giving the credit over here.
There are some nice shirts.
Yeah, for sure. All right, I don't want to keep you all waiting, but yeah, I guess for closing words, if you like what you saw here, yeah, definitely hit me with a follow. I speedrun like 6 different games, so I switch around a lot. I'm also pretty known for competitive Smash Bros. Melee, so there is content on that. And you also follow my Twitter, which is also Ryan_Ford522. So Twitter and Twitch, both the same. I will be back on Sunday though for Metroid Zero Mission run, so y'all ain't done seeing me yet. And good luck to the next runners coming up. And yeah, keep donating. Peace.